Good morning, everyone. Well, this is another Whip It Up Wednesday, and that is a video collaboration between Linda's Pantry, Needy Homesteader Sutton's Days, More to Life, and Wilhelm's Kitchen, and a bunch of us too. So, what I'm going to do this week is I'm going to make carnitas in the crock pot. And this really sounds difficult, but it's not. There's a couple steps though. And the recipe calls for pork butt, but I'm cleaning out my freezer and I had pork sirloin, which is not as fatty and not going to have as much flavor, but it's still going to have flavor because of all the good stuff we're putting in there. But if you have pork butt, that's the best. And you're going to need 3 to 3.5 pounds of that. So I've cut up my pork loin roast. Now the pork butt, you might not have to do that because it is fattier and it over the time this cooks, it's going to be shreddable at the end. This is lean, so I figured I'm going to give it some help, so I cut it up. So I've put the pork butt in there. I'm going to put, 1 to 2 teaspoons of salt. Whatever you like. It does need salt. It needs a flavor. But use what you're comfortable with. And black pepper. Okay. And we're going to add a tablespoon of oregano. Let me put you down here so you can see the stuff I'm doing. Okay. And I'm going to use 1 medium onion that I've cut in wedges. Now we're going to use anywhere from 4 to 8 cloves of garlic. These are kind of small and we love garlic. So I'm just going to crush it with the knife. Take the peel off. And I may just run the knife through these just slightly. But it really doesn't matter. This is going to cook at least 8 hours in the crock pot. So this is totally going to break down. And your knife skills at this point are not super important. At least to me. And this is my throwaway pile, but I'm not going to throw it away. This is all the peelings from the onion and garlic, and that will all go in a freezer bag that I keep in the freezer. And if you make stock, this is gold. You do not want to throw those away because that's free flavor for your stock. Why throw that away? Okay, I didn't grind my cumin yet. Let me grab my molcajete. Because I don't use pre-ground cumin usually. I do once in a while, but for something like this, the rustic flavor and texture of the whole cumin seeds is just too good. That was a tablespoon. I'm going to make it, let's make it a heaping tablespoon. Grind it up. several minutes. This is a lot, so it's taking a little bit longer. I love the fresh cumin seed. I don't think it tastes anything like the ground cumin that you buy in the jar. And I buy this usually in the bulk Mexican spice section. As you can see, I use a lot of it, so it costs a whole lot less. And again, the flavor is just good. And if you don't have a molcajete, you can use a mortar and pestle. These are just awesome. Okay, we're just going to put that in there. We're going to put in, it calls for 3 bay leaves, but these are little bitty guys that I had, so I'm just putting the whole little thing. And we're going to use the juice of 1 lime. All right, and then 1 orange, and I'd say a medium orange. And again, we're gonna get it ready to juice. Boy, that's firm. It doesn't want to squeeze. Now on the orange especially, if you can get organic, I would. If you can't, wash it really well, because we're going to put these orange halves right on top. Again, love that, no waste, because there's a lot of flavor in the orange rind. And these seem to be seedless. I haven't seen any seeds come out, which is, I guess, good and bad. Because to me, oranges should have seeds, but obviously they're growing them. So, nope, that's just a core. Okay, put that one in there. And now we're going to put the lid on. We're going to set this for 8 hours on low. Now, you could put it on high, I guess, if you really are in a hurry, but for carnitas, you really want low and slow. You want all that flavor to go in there, and you want this meat shreddable. So you're gonna let that cook all day, and it's gonna have tons of flavor and be so good. Okay, it's been 8 hours, and it's time to open this up, and the house has smelled wonderful all day. It smells so good. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. Sorry about that. So it is just falling apart. And now I'm going to take out these orange slices, take out the pork, and I'm going to shred that. So let me put you back over here. And grab, first I'm going to take out the orange slices and they are just falling apart. Okay. Now to take all this meat out, and it's got the onions and just everything is so tender and juicy and falling apart. So let's get this out. There's not going to be much shredding to do because it's kind of doing it all by itself. I can't imagine what the pork butt would have been like, because with the extra fat in it, it probably would have been even juicier. So let's get these out. And this is not going to take long. It's being shredded as I touch it. Wow, this is nice. All right, so now what we're going to do is carnitas are nice and moist and tender, but then you brown them. So you want a little bit of crispiness in there. So what we're going to do now is I've got my cast iron skillet out. I'm going to get that hot. I'm going to put some lard in there. I know that evil word again, but it's pork. That is pork fat, and it's flavor. Pork fat really isn't bad. This is all pork. It would have had more fat if I had used the pork butt, and especially because I didn't use that, we need that. So I'm going to go get the skillet heated up and get ready to get this crispy a little bit and add these juices to it. And oh my gosh, I think it's going to be amazing. All right, we've got the skillet hot. We've got the lard melted. And now we're going to add this wonderful pork. I'm going to take out the bay leaves. And I'm just going to let that crisp up for a minute. And once it starts to get crispy, then I'm going to add all that liquid that it is cooking in, so that all that moisture and flavor goes right back into this. We're not going to lose any of it. All right, I'm just going to let that cook for a few minutes, and I'll bring you back and show you what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to add all of these juices, and they're amazing. And we're just going to let that cook right back into that meat. All the flavor goes right back in. Now I'm going to let that continue to just cook down and crisp up. So I'll bring you back soon. Alright, this has browned up, and you don't want the entire thing brown because you don't want it drying out. So it's got some crispy parts on the bottom, and then it's got all that juice and flavor that's inside of it. So I'm going to turn this off, I'm going to heat up some tortillas, and I'm going to use flour tortillas tonight, but you could use corn tortillas, you could make nachos, you could put this on a salad. It would all be good. So I'm going to heat up tortillas, and we're going to make up a taco or burrito, if you choose, of carnitas. All right, there it is. My flour tortilla with carnitas. I have avocado, tomato, and lettuce. You could add cheese, you can add cilantro, whatever you like on it. Salsa, but you know what? I think this is going to be good just the way it is. And it's just so beautiful and so full. I think I'm going to eat it like a burrito. Usually I wouldn't. Usually this would be just, there, maybe that's a little better. Usually I just eat this as a taco. But this is so big and so rich that I think I want to eat it this way. There is so much flavor. And the pork is fall apart tender. I don't think I needed to go 8 hours. I think it would have been ready after 6 on low. This was that tender. Now, pork butt may have taken longer, but this pork loin roast, it didn't take that long. So this is so tasty, so much flavor, and I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you try it. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk again soon.